The next councillor is, I think, probably one of the most exciting we've ever had. When President Clinton came to One Young World in 2012, he told David and me that she was actually someone that he had been campaigning for to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know about you, I think that's really something. A member of Pussy Riot, she has stood up to Vladimir Putin, was jailed for protesting. Please give a huge welcome to the feminist and political punk activist, Nadya Tolokonnikova. Woo.
Hi again.
Hello.
Can I use this thing?
Yeah, you use whatever you want.
Oh, hello, everyone. Do you hear me? Thank you for being here. And I'm glad to be here. But unfortunately, I don't identify myself as a young person. I'm 26, but I already saw too much for a normal human life. Years in Russia's artistic underground fighting President Putin, and a court trial and 2 years in jail. But I'm sure that a lot of you who are sitting here saw much more than me. I'm glad that a lot of people here are not originally from Western countries. Your background gives you power. And I know it from my own experience. Background, strength, and experience makes Malala one of the most influential people on earth. My 7-year-old daughter, Gera, who's here actually, she knows Malala and likes her, and she's inspired by her. When I hear young women, I feel that I am at a zoo or farm, and I am a horse or a cow. You deserve to be treated seriously and equal, even if you are young, and even if you are a woman. You will be told that religious law says that women don't have rights and freedoms that men enjoy. But every world religion says, firstly, about the power of individual choice. And if you really believe in equality and do choose it, you can then change even the law of religion itself. If you live in a religious society that oppresses you, you should go out and change the religious concepts and approaches that oppress you. Be brave and do that. I'm disgusted by the fact that in the 21st century, the world is so separated by the gender norms and standards that are often more strict than what they used to be centuries ago. We know that there are a lot of cultures on Earth where men are much more feminine than in Western culture. We forget all the time that even in Western culture, just a few centuries ago, men used to wear more makeup than women. Gender is changeable. Please remember that. Those who benefit from the current system of gender roles tells us that it is nature. They tell us that it is fate. But it's not. It is a product of history and society, so gender is changeable. I am a woman, therefore I'm feminist. At the age of 10, I confessed to a classmate that I was a feminist. And he told me, in a few years, you will stop hating men, then you will start liking them, and you will get tired of feminism. He replied. He wanted to put me down. He couldn't. He copied all his lessons in class from me because I was smarter. If you are sexist, then don't copy from stupid chicks. Thank you. In fact, I don't believe that you can be a woman and don't be a feminist. It's like being human and not believing in the existence of human rights. But not only women, men have to be feminist as well. Men can be very valuable and very powerful feminists. And the 21st century will definitely see some hardcore male feminists in the most unexpected places on the planet. I do not believe in the existence of a clear separation between man and woman today. And the ideal feminist, both man or a woman, can be a riot girl. A man can be a riot girl as well. A riot girl is like a feminist in combat that takes the battle to the front lines of the gender equality war. And this is a war that we all should be fighting in the 21st century. This is a 21st century war, the gender equality war. And it is very disgusting that all of us are occupied now with wars that hardly even remind us of the 20th century, but belong in the darkest centuries of the Middle Ages. To counter these wars and get rid of these wars, we have to intensify the battles that remind everyone that we are in the 21st century, the human rights wars and the gender equality wars. Let's choose the right wars and start fighting them.
So,
Got some questions for you, darling.
we're going to take 3 questions from the floor. First up is Radka Pudilova from the Czech Republic. And then the next 2 questions, if you can be getting ready to come to the podiums, we have João Reis from Portugal and Johanna Schmidt from Germany. So question number 1 from Radka. Radka, are you around? Here she is.
There she is.
Going down onto number 1. And then João and Johanna, if you can get ready for the next questions.
Hello, and thank you for the very inspiring talk. I'm not really gonna talk about female rights per se, but more about the rights, human rights, and especially political activism in Russia. I wanted to ask you, with the closing space of civil society in Russia, what are the chances that, how can we support them? Because we've seen the crackdown on foreign-funded NGOs. We've seen a lot of political activists ending up in prison, such as in your case. But also, how can we help Russian people countering the Russian propaganda that has been spreading lately, especially after the Crimea annexation? Thank you very much.
Thank you. First of all, you should communicate with Russia and with Russians a lot. Vladimir Putin wants us to be separated from the whole world, but it's not true that all Russians want to do that. And we have a new project of law, which is supposedly will not allow to some Russian citizens to go out from Russia to European countries. And it happened after Paris attacks. But to counter that, Europe should give visa more quickly to Russian people so they can go to European countries, to America, to another countries in the world and really see how life is going on here. Because our propaganda says that it is disgusting, it is immoral hell. But it is not like that, so that's why you should do your best to give Russian people to opportunity to see everything by their own eyes. And I believe that if they will see, they will not believe to the propaganda. And you can do artistic actions, you can do media outlets. We started our own media outlet just when we've been released from prison. And you can do it as inside and as outside of Russia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next question is either Joao there.
We're coming, I think, to this mic here. I don't see Zhao. Your name and your country, please, delegate. We're coming to this
Joanna.
mic.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joe. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for being here today. It's very inspiring, your story. I wanted to ask you, you've been fighting so much for freedom and equality in women, and you risk a lot yourself. What's your source of strength and your inspiration, and where do you take the strength and the courage from? And what would you tell everybody in the room who does not live in a very open society, and they would probably have to risk a lot if they would go on a similar path like you? How would you encourage them to speak up and fight for freedom?
I think every human being has a lot of strength inside. And the reason why I'm still doing what I'm doing is that I don't focus too much on my problems. I look around me and I see that a lot of people suffer more than me. And I spent just 2 years in jail, but some people spend 10 years in jail because of nothing, because of opposing Putin, because they wanted to blame corrupt officials. And so when I'm trying to help them, I forget about all my problems. That's my secret.
Okay.
Thank you. I think is same microphone.
Hi, I'm Joao from Portugal. Thank you for being here. I was just talking to some Thai friends, and it's a pain in my heart to see some people saying I cannot really speak because I might have an invitation to an attitude adjustment meeting. But the fact is also that the past 100 years have proven that externally imposed revolutions don't work. And so my question to you is, when do you think that the Russian people will want a change, and when do you think this will happen?
I'm not a prophet.
Of course not.
And I don't want to be a prophet. And I don't want to be Vladimir Putin, who is trying to persuade everybody that he has a direct connection with God. And God can tell him what will be in Russian history next. I believe in education, and I believe in media. So all that we can do, who want changes, all that we can do to educate people and to share our beliefs with them. And they will decide when they will want to change everything.
Okay, thank you.
So, Nadya, I'm watching your daughter look up at you with huge, proud eyes, and she should be incredibly proud. We were asked, Kate and I, in a meeting with some journalists yesterday, what defines a leader? And one of the things we said is courage. And here is a woman who was prepared to stand up to probably somebody who 99.9% of people in the world wouldn't stand up to, and it's a real privilege to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.